With that Netflix series on Sunderland, I think first of all, the club made inroads into a lot of neutral hearts. I think certainly for me, I gained a new appreciation for what the club represented in the context of the city. But there was also some talk at the time that maybe it was impacting results, impacting the club. Maybe there was some section of the fan base that thought, I know that we're getting exposure through this, but maybe it's affecting the team. As they suffered those successive relegations and things went awry, did you ever feel like the documentary and having the cameras inside the club affected things in that unfortunate spell? Or was it coincidental and we all just got a look at how things work in these English clubs when they're in turmoil, and it wasn't a source of turmoil?
I don't think it was a source of turmoil. I think it was coincidental. I think once
Yeah.
the cameras had become established, which didn't take long within the club, people forgot they were there, to be honest.
Yeah.
People carried on their daily routines. I don't think without much distraction from the cameras. The coaches were always adamant. Jack Ross, in particular, they were, he'd allow them into the academy and around the players, but never into the dressing room. And certainly, he drew a line at his front door. And he said, "I will go with him in the car home and to the front gate, but that's as far as they come." So the parameters were drawn. And the
Mm.
crew, of 473 crew, that the production company made the documentary, they all became close friends of the players as well. I think they all became very much part of that Sunderland family because they understood A, the production they were trying to make, and B, I think they became embedded in such a way that they fell in love with the football club themselves and became very close to everybody involved within the club, including the players. I know there were some players, certainly in the first series, were a bit averse to it because it was not a good period. I think the whole premise from Football 73 had been to go in that season and film a promotion winning season. And in fact, of course, it flipped. It went completely the other way. Great TV, great for the documentary, but not so great at the time for the football club. But that relegation, I think, was an inevitability from the mismanagement of the years before. Nothing to do with TV cameras being at the club and filming them. And if anything, what the TV cameras did highlight in the first series, brilliantly actually, were the supporters, the fans that loved the football club. And the real stars of that first series especially weren't the players, it was the fans. It was the people of Sunderland, it was the place. And I think that was what was so endearing about Sunderland Till I Die. And then, of course, the second series had a life of its own because of what the first series had achieved and what Sunderland were trying to achieve then on the football pitch in the second series and the drama that went with that as well. So, yeah, to go back to your original question, I don't think it had anything to do with the TV cameras, and it's in many ways it's an easy excuse to look for the failures of the football club at the time.